Lifeguarding is too easy. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, lifeguarding sounds like such a cool job, and that's exactly what I thought when I first started. So, for anyone who doesn't know, I've been a swimmer since I was like 7, competitive swimmer. So I thought like, oh yeah, lifeguarding is gonna be a perfect job for me. Because I'm a super good swimmer, like, I like being at the pool. Yeah, so I'm a pretty good swimmer. Not like, I'm not the best swimmer, but I'm pretty good. So I was like, oh yeah, lifeguarding is a perfect job for me. It's like, that's kind of like the teenager job too. Like all teenagers lifeguard, bro. Like that's a stereotypical teenage job. So I was like, oh yeah, like why shouldn't I lifeguard? And for the first like few weeks, it was all right. It wasn't really anything special. And then over time, I kind of just got like really bored of it. I kind of realized how boring the job actually was. The fact that you kind of just sit there and watch people have fun. It's like I want to be in the water, like my swimmer self. I want to be like in the water. I want to be swimming, man. And then just having to sit there and watch everybody else have fun, like, while I have to just sit out in the blazing sun and cook all day. It's like just not the best experience. Like that's literally the only job the only part of the job that I don't like is like the actual lifeguarding part. Like I don't mind like cleaning the bathrooms, whatever, like cleaning the decks, like putting the mats back on, like all of that's fine. It's literally just sitting on deck that I don't like, which is like the main part of the job. Like I get it's a good thing too. Like you're helping to protect people, save people's lives. Like it's a super important job. Like don't get me wrong. It's just like for me, it's just not. It's not super fun. You get to have like fun like once every 10 minutes when you get your break, but that's about it. Like that's when you actually get to talk to like your fellow guards and you get to chill out. But like it's not all bad. We do have a lot of fun times. Like we had a lifeguard party a couple weeks ago, which was a lot of fun. We just swam around in the pool after open swim ended that day, and that was a lot of fun. So I mean, like the times when it's fun, it's a lot of fun, but most of the time it's just sitting on stands watching other people have fun. I want people to have fun. Like I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer, which is like another part of the lifeguarding like job that I don't like. Is you're kind of like you have to enforce the rules, right? Which is like it's so people don't get hurt. Like sometimes it kind of just feels like you're just ruining their fun, which doesn't really feel great. Like I don't want to ruin people's fun. Like there's a good number of my coworkers that really do enjoy lifeguarding, and like that's great for them. It's just like it's just not necessarily my thing. It's just like it's almost like too easy for me. Like I don't like how easy it is. Like I know that kind of sounds insane to say, but I just like doing hard things, and I've kind of always been like that. And I think it's also just because like my parents have also always encouraged me to do hard things. You wanna impress your parents, right? So just kind of like going from doing hard things all the time to doing lifeguarding, which is like not really that hard. Like at home, like I got like a bunch of projects like I'm working on, like coding projects, like car working on like cars. I'm trying to get like a car fixed up so I can take to college, and like dude, it's a lot of fun working on it, but that thing has been just problem after problem, and it's terrible, dude. I'll talk about it more in a future video, but yeah, I think for a first job, lifeguarding is awesome. Just because it is kind of like an easier job, so you kind of learn like what's expected of you like as an employee, and how to deal with like not being the one in charge. of your life all the time, I guess you could say. But yeah, just kind of like learning how to like work with like a manager and just working with other people in like a that like work environment is really good. I think it's great for that. It's just like, it's like, okay, now I kind of like, I've gotten the experience now. It's like, all right, I kind of want to do something else. But I guess that's why you go to college. Well, not even necessarily go to college, but just you kind of figure out like what you want to do with your life, like after high school. Yeah, I always love a challenge. Like when I started mountain biking, that was a super hard challenge, but I ended up really loving that. You know, that was super hard, especially when I first started. It was super difficult, and it was like it puts you down, man. Like it's a hard sport. I don't know. Like I think it's like harder than swimming. Swimming is a very like technically challenging sport. Mountain biking is extremely physically demanding. I mean, swimming is extremely physically demanding too. It's a full body workout. But yeah, kind of like going from all the new things I try, like being super difficult, to lifeguarding being like really just not that hard. And it's kind of a weird change of pace for me, I guess. But I do it to myself too. Like it's definitely not an easy life that I live. Sometimes I'm like, man, why do I do this to myself? Like this sucks. But I think just having fun with it is the most important part. Like challenging yourself is always good, but it's really good when you enjoy doing what you're doing. Like, I think that's super important. Like if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. Okay, so back to lifeguarding. There's fun times. It's just like not really the job for me. I feel like, which is kind of not really what I expected going into it, since I was a swimmer and all. I was like, oh, you know, this is gonna be fun. Like I'll do this, you know, at least for a couple years. Like when I come back home for college, you know, maybe I'll keep doing it. But yeah, the more I think about it, I'm probably not gonna do it when I come back home from college in the summer. I'm gonna be, I don't know, maybe like working on cars or something. That'd be sick. Yeah, I'm starting to like really get into working on cars. Just like working on my own, just trying to get something going for me to go to college. It's been super challenging, but also it's a lot of fun. And like the challenge is literally like the biggest plus for me, I feel. Which I feel like, I don't know, like most people it's not really the case. Just from my experience. But I also know a lot of people who do enjoy a good challenge. Yeah, but anyway, I've started having a lot of fun with just like a lot more fun than I used to. Like just like with the kids at the pool. Like I used to not really like talk to like any of the kids who are swimming that often, but recently I've started just trying to, you know, talk to them more, just like mess around with them a little bit, and that's made the job a little bit more fun. But I pretty much live my entire life at the pool at this point, because I don't just lifeguard, I teach swim lessons, I coach swim team. Oh wait, that's insane. So I'm there a lot most of the time. So it's kind of a lot too. I think maybe if I only lifeguarded, maybe I'd enjoy it a little bit more. But I also enjoyed the other things like a lot more. Like teaching swim lessons is a lot of fun, and you know, it's a really important skill to have as well. So like I want them to know how to swim, right? Like it's super important. Like for me, I grew up along the East Coast near the ocean. You know, when you live on the ocean, it's really important that you know how to swim. I mean, at that point, I was pretty young, so I definitely wasn't like you know, Michael Phelps, like what I am right now. Like, I'm pretty much Michael Phelps, right? Like obviously, no, I'm nowhere close. I'm retired, bro. Yeah, so I enjoy teaching swim lessons and swim team. I think maybe swim team a little bit more, but also the kids give me a hard time on swim team because they have to be there like every day, and swim lessons is only like a few times for every session because there's 3 sessions throughout the summer. Each session is like 2 weeks. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So they don't really have that many sessions, and also their parents are, more on them for to try and learn. Oh, I thought it was in an enemy room. More on them to learn something because they're paying. I mean, they pay for swim team too, but the kids don't really understand that as much, I don't think. But no, I mean, they're both a lot of fun. Swim team is a lot of fun because it's kind of like, that's what I've done my whole life. Like, those are like my people, man. And it's really cool. It's like, coach the kids and help them get better at swimming. Especially because, like, I never really had a good coach throughout my entire swimming experience. All my coaches were not the greatest. They didn't really know what they were doing that much. So, until I hit about, like, high school... Actually, until I, like, was in, like, junior year, like, winter of junior year, I swam on a club team, like, out in another town over. Because my town doesn't have a swimming pool anymore. It had one when I was younger, but it had an outdoor pool. So we didn't have, like, a high school team or anything. So if you wanted to do a high school swim, you had to drive, like, an hour away to the next town over. Yeah, I live, like, out in the country, so everything's really far apart. Yeah, so during high school season, I'd always drive like an hour away to go swim, which definitely sucked. And I think that's one thing that made me kind of burnt out on swimming. Yeah, that's another thing in general. Like, it's not that I just don't like lifeguarding entirely. It's also just like I'm just kind of burnt out on swimming in general. Yeah, now that I'm no longer like in high school and like my parents aren't like making me like do like swimming during the summer and like all this, I've kind of like started to miss it. And like I'll swim some laps for fun, like sometimes when I have a break at work, which is cool. And also I don't want to lose like all my swimming fitness because it takes a long time to build up, and it's super rough when you're really out of shape for it. So I've been trying to keep swimming a little bit, but I'm definitely nowhere near where I was at the end of high school season this year. But anyway, on like the happier note, oh my goodness. On the happier note, 4th of July is coming up. When I post this, it'll be actually pretty much like right around the corner. I brought the idea up to my manager about doing some games on the 4th of July. It's because we're doing free admission for the 4th of July, which is it's going to be absolute chaos. But as a lifeguard, I get paid extra because it's a holiday, which is awesome. So I'm working like the morning and afternoon shift. So the morning is just adult swim, so it's pretty chill. You just have to clean the pool, do guard adult swim, which is super chill. But the afternoon is open swim, and that's when everybody comes, and that's always chaos, and it's gonna be even worse because we're gonna be maxed out on capacity probably the entire time. So it's gonna suck pretty much. When my town had a pool for 4th of July, we would play games like during every break. So pretty much like every hour there's like a 10-minute break where lifeguards get out and get to do their own thing. So yeah, I brought up the idea to my manager that we play some games every hour. So she was actually like, I shouldn't say actually like, but she was like, oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool, like think of some games and we'll get something worked out. And I was like, yes, dude, sick. So I'm gonna be in charge of doing some games, which is gonna be super fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But I mean, like, it's not all bad. I'm I'm a little too harsh on it, but lifeguarding, it's a super chill job. I think it's definitely a great first job. I mean, there's much worse jobs that I could be getting at my age. Like, working at McDonald's or something. Like I couldn't imagine doing that. Like I think I would hate myself if I had to work at McDonald's. Yeah, but anyway, looking forward to 4th of July. That's gonna be a fun time. And it also helps that I'm working with a bunch of people that I know really well and I like to work with, so that's always nice. Like, that's another thing. It's like, I mean, I expect it's like that with every job, right? Like, if someone, you know, if people that you like aren't working, you know, it's not going to be as enjoyable of an experience, especially like for like the lifeguarding, because you don't really even talk to your coworkers like most of the day, but like the few minutes that you do get to like socialize with coworkers is like so refreshing. And if there's just like not coworkers there that you really enjoy being around, then that, you know, that like refreshing time of, oh, it's my break, I finally get to like talk to my friends, whatever. You know, if you just don't have any coworkers you're super close with there, then it's kind of like a waste of a break, it almost feels like. Yeah, but it's kind of funny how like I really just don't like the main part of the job. Like, I don't really mind that much about like every other part of the job, like at this point. Like when I first started, I was like, okay, I'd rather be sitting on stands than doing, you know, cleaning the bathrooms. And now I'm like, man, cleaning the bathrooms isn't actually that bad. Like, it's a lot less boring than sitting on stand is. So at least I'm doing something. Like when you're sitting up there, you're just, you know, you're sitting in the sun. You get a nice tan though, which is super cool. I have this sick slides tan line right now. And it's just a solid line straight to the middle of my foot, and it looks so funny. Can I not get up there? Like, I can't lie, that's probably the best part about lifeguarding, is that you just get a sick tan. I feel like having the problem that your job is too easy is probably the stupidest problem you can have. Like, it's not even really a problem, it's just like, well, I mean, I guess it's a problem. Just a silly one at that. Yeah, no, having too easy of a job is such a dumb problem to have. Like, oh, boo-hoo, you have an easy job. Like, that's so hard. I'm not saying it's hard, I'm just saying, as someone who likes to be challenged, I wish I had more of a challenge. It's just not the job for me, I guess. But that's why I'm going to college. But I'm super excited for that. I'm going to be studying computer science, which is going to be super cool. I love working with computers, doing coding, all that jazz, so that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be something I actually care about. So, I think that's like #1 reason I just like didn't like academics in high school so much. It's just because it just like most of it just like didn't relate to what I was gonna do in my future. Like, I get they're important skills to have, like English. Okay, like English is the worst class ever. Like, English classes are so terrible. Like, I literally just AI'd everything. Like I know how to write well. Like, that's not a problem for me. Like, you know, I know there's some people, you know, I know it's a problem for, but like, I'm chilling. Like, I just think they're so just pointless, and they're just not fun. But oh well. That's why I'm going to college. I'm still gonna have some classes in college that are like that too, but hopefully not as many. I'm actually going into college with quite a few college credits already, because my high school did concurrent enrollment, which is basically like you take the class in high school, but you also get like college credit for it because your teacher has like a master's in the subject, I guess, which is actually pretty cool. My school had a lot of concurrent enrollment classes, so I ended up graduating with like, I think it was like 72 credits, which is kind of crazy. That's pretty much like a an associate's degree right there. So that's pretty crazy. But unfortunately, the college I'm going to is only accepting like half of that. So I'll pretty much be a year ahead, which is still like super good. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Which is still super good. Yep. Okay. All right. Damn. Well, rip. Yeah, but anyway, if you're looking for a first job, go try lifeguarding. It's definitely a good first job, I can't lie. It's just for me at this point, it's just not it's just not the job for me anymore, which is okay. It also like doesn't pay amazing, so don't go into it thinking you'll be like rich by the end of the summer. But it teaches you some important skills. I can't lie, but lifeguarding's just too easy for me at this point, which is, you know, again, just such a silly problem to have, but oh well. Yeah, if you're a teenager in high school, go try being a lifeguard. It's pretty fun, and it teaches you some important skills.